Good morning, everyone. I'll just start the session. So I'll just quickly sum up the things like what exactly that we are in phase and what is our agenda for today's session. So what will be the covering about it? Okay. See, I think I explained very clearly about the networking things are very, very important for us. So you guys should have a good knowledge, understanding about like what is you just need understanding about like what is VPC. At the same time, you just need to understanding about like why VPC is required, and also that we should understand that, yep. So we required something, it is called the why VPC is required. And also we just need to understanding about like, what is meant by subnets. And also we just need to understand about like what is meant by routing tables. Because if you want to route the traffic to a particular one particular internet to a particular, I mean, say from one VPC to other VPC and from one location to other locations, definitely these routing tables are going to playing a very crucial role, where we just need to understanding about like what is exactly meant by the routing tables. So once we discussed about like have idea, then we have to understanding about like what is exactly meant by the internet gateway. At the same time, we just need to understanding about like what is meant by NAT gateway. Okay, and also that I'm explaining about like today what is meant by Elastic IP address, and why we need to create Elastic IP address. That is also the topic that I'm just trying to explaining about like in today's session. This is nothing but like Elastic IP address. That is a concept that we're discussing about like in today's session. But this is the primary the requirement you wanted to understand before you're deploying any applications, any cloud. It doesn't matter about like you are just moving towards the VP, GCP, or you are moving towards the Azure or AWS or the OCI. So everywhere, this is the concept is same, because cloud concepts are very same, but the platform it is going to be changed. Here you are going to understanding about like VPC. If you go to Azure, you have to heard about something. It is called VNets. The terminology it is going to be differ. You are hiring here the same VPC. GCP also will be discussing about like same VPC, right? And if I just go to the OCI, it's nothing but like virtual network connection, nothing but like VNC or VCN, something that we can call it is. That's fine. This is nothing but like very important concept. I'm saying again and again. You just go back to the recording videos. I'll give you some of the architectures. You guys have to implement the same kind of architectures, and I will see about like one bigger architecture when we're discussing about like three-tier architectures. So once we discussed about like databases, once we discussed about like how we can able to deploy the application server and web servers, then you're understanding about like how we can able to place these three things in a particular the VPC, and how we can able to do that. That is where we had understanding about like all this they will everything will come to the together once we go for the bigger picture. So fine, the move on, and we'll start discussing about the what is exactly mean by Elastic API address and what is the need of it. Okay, now here we know that like whenever you are trying to creating any instance, it is nothing but like a remote server, right? See, whenever you want to create a virtual machine, yeah, the virtual machine, this is nothing but like what we can call it as a easy to instance inside the AWS cloud. So when I talk about like EC2, is nothing but like Elastic Compute Cloud, right? So when I say about like Elastic Compute Cloud, we should understanding about like what is exactly mean by Elastic Compute Cloud. So Elastic Compute Cloud is nothing but like how you are trying to create a remote servers inside the AWS. That is where we had to go for the option limit is called as a you know EC2 instances here. See, let's whenever you're trying to creating any virtual machines or any EC2 instance in a cloud, you will just need the some of the fundamental things that we should understand. That the first every server, see, whenever you deploy the applications, definitely we need a server. Even if you go to the Kubernetes also, when you go to the deploying the application a container also, we need something it is called as a container. So the containers all runs on the server only. It is going to consume the all the resources it has a server. So I'll talk about later, but I'm just giving what is the importance of the server. So without server, we can't deploy any applications in anywhere. You deploy the applications on premises, you want to deploy the applications on the cloud. It doesn't matter about like where, what you are trying to deploy. Definitely, we just need something. It is called as a EC2 instance, nothing but like, Elastic Compute Cloud is nothing but like, the instance that what we required. And we just need to understanding about like how we can able to manage these services, right? See, for that, we need something. It is called as a EC2 instance, right? So whenever we talk about something, it is called EC2 instances. Whenever you are trying to configure it. So what is the primary things that we have to understand here? The first what we can do, we just need something. It is called as a the name of the instance, right? We just need the name of the instances. After that, we have to mention about like Amazon mission image, right? So whenever we talk about something, it is called as a Amazon mission image. It is nothing but like an OS, right? The which OS of the instance that you wanted to create. Whether you want to create it the Ubuntu instances, whether you want to create a Windows machine, or whether you want to create it the Red Hat server, you want to create it the Oracle server. See, OS is nothing but like operating system, right? But maybe you are using MacBook or you are using Windows. That means you are installed Windows operating system on top of the laptop, nothing but on hardware. So it is going to called as a Windows machine, right? The same thing. So whenever you wanted to require any OS, the OS is nothing but like operating system. See, where you require the operating system to understand that whenever you are trying to deploy any applications, there are some specific components that we should understanding about like whether you want to go with the Amazon X here, whether you wanted to go with the Ubuntu there, you want to go with the Debian, or whether you wanted to go with Red Hat, Oracle Linux. Definitely, we just need to mention about like the which OS operating system that we need. That's exactly that we should understanding about like what is exactly mean by Amazon mission image. So what are the OSs that we required? All the OSs is available in the form the Amazon the mission images, right? So once we have selected the OS, then we required something. It is called as a instance type. So whenever you are selecting about the OS, we can see about like there are different types of architectures that we have. There is something it is called as a x86, and there is something it is called as a ARM64. This is nothing but like OS architectures. This is very, very important. So we just need to understanding about like why this the OS architectures is matters for us. See, whenever you are trying to creating, let's say for example, if you go to the MacBook, it is have something it is called the ARM64, right? So whenever you just go for the Windows, it is going to have x86. If you just look at my, say, for example, if you just go to the settings of your machine, and here we can see that there is something it is called as a about, right? Uh, yeah, we can just go for the about your PC. If you just click on that, we can see that it is 64-bit operating system is showing about like x64, right? So when I talk about like x64 is nothing but like, this is 364 base processor. So what is exactly mean by this, what we can say about like architecture? See, whenever we talk about the architecture, it refers to the design and structure of the OS, what structure they have used, and what is the platform they're building in your OS. So it is including the components like interactions and relationships, and also we just need understanding about like performance, stability, security, scalability, and what kind of kernel that you have, and what kind of system calls they're using, what is the process management they're using, memory management. So, all these things like system reliability, hardware utilizations. So all these factors comes into the picture. That is the reason if you don't know about like, architecture, you blindly are creating instances, it doesn't matter. You know, you are just glowing like a blind. No, that's the reason. Whenever you are practicing or whenever you are studying anything, please try to just take a little bit pause over there, try to ask the question like why it is and how this is a value it is getting, so that you'll just start thinking about this particular the resources. Don't blindly do anything here. Now this is nothing but like architecture we have to understand. Now there is something it is called an instance type, right? So when I talk about instance type, is nothing but like what kind of instance that we have to select. So let's say for example, it is basically define the configuration of the machine. What is exactly meant by the configuration of the machine? So when I say about the configuration of the machine, it's nothing but like, how many CPs that we required. I mean to say how much RAM that we required for your configurations of the machine. Whether you require two CPUs and 4 GB RAM, you require two CPUs and 8 GB RAM, you may require four CPUs and 16 GB RAM. So it depends on that, what kind of application that you're deploying, how much configuration that we need. So it is everything it like in a chargeable. They will charge per hour basis, right? When I explained about the cloud introduction part, I explained that, why, how the cloud is going to charge. It is basically they will charge based on the, what we can say about like, the based on this particular number of hours, the utilization of the OS, number of hours utilizations of emission configurations, everything they will just take about the configurations, right? The instance type, whenever we talk about the configuration mission, is nothing but like number of CPUs and the RAM. This is what we have to understanding about like instance type. Now, once we have done with this option name, it is called an instance type. Then immediately we have to understanding about like, the storage. So what kind of storage that you required? I mean to say you have something, it is called as the EBS, right? Elastic block storage. In that we have again the persistent disks that we have, SSD disks that we have. See, we know that like, for example, you are going to buy a laptop, you have something, it is called the hardware. There is HDD disk, right? And also there is something it is called a SSD disk. SSD stands for solid disk drive, right? Which is basically the more faster than the hard disk, which is nothing but like HDD. That is the reason most of the you guys are going preferring purchase the SSD, right? It is much faster compared to HDD. So you just need to understanding about like what exactly and you are trying to looking for and what kind of storage that you are gonna do that. See, we have ABS storage and also we have something it is called as a object storage. We don't use object storage right now. We'll use later part of the time. We'll discussing about like S3 service, which especially they're focusing about the S3 storage. So this is nothing but like, the primary, the understanding about like what exactly you need. So whenever you're trying to creating a virtual machines here, so here next we have required something it is called the network, right? When I say something it is called network is nothing but like a VPC. And which VPC you're trying to creating your server, where it is running. That's what we have to understanding about like, networks, right? So I'll just try to explain about like, what is Elastic IP address and why we need. So let me first primary set up the everything what we need. Okay. So we know that like, let me just try to draw the architecture. After that, we'll just go ahead. I'm just trying to explain that. Yeah, we just need to go for the where and go for the download. Yeah. The first what we can do that, we just need to go for the region, right? This is nothing but like we have to go for the region. Yep. So we know that the whenever you're trying to creating a VPC, the VPCs always resides inside the region. Let me just try to put the VPC over here. Now inside that we know that whenever you're trying to creating availability zone, this availability zone is basically resides inside the VPC here. That's what we should understanding about like why. We are just trying to selecting availability zone because every data center is going to divide it into the availability zones, right? Inside the availability zone, now, see, Elastic IP is primarily that we required for the public, we can say about like public instances. The first, we can able to create a public subnet. We can see that which has something it is called as a, yeah, we have the public subnet here. Yep. After that, what we can do, we are just trying to creating the EC2 instance right now. This is nothing but like instance what I have created. So this is nothing but like network structure that we are trying to implementing here. The first we are trying to creating a VPC. After that, we are trying to creating one a public subnet. Inside that, we are trying to creating EC2 instance. Okay. Let me just go to log into my like first log into AWS account. Let me just try to go there. Click on the root user email address. Yeah, what I can do is I just need to go for the EC2 instances here. Let me just check if there are any instances which is running in my uh, network. I think there are some instances running. Okay. So let me just try to switch to the different region. Let's, for example, I'm just moving for the North Virginia. Yep. Now here, to search for the VPC service first. Yeah, the first we had to go to the VPC. And here we can see about like we have to click on the create a VPC. And here we had to provide the VPC name. See the VPC name, let's say I just wanted to provide the VPC name. It is something it is called as a, let's say, Clahan VPC test. That is the name of the VPC which I'm giving. And after that, we had to provide the IP4 C idea block, which is nothing but like, how many IP address that you're reserving to create the instances within this network. That is what we should understanding about like what is exactly meant by IP4 CIDR. So I'm just trying to mention about like my network range, let's say 10.0.0.0. And we know that like we are going to put it here 16 is nothing but like to the power of 16. This is because the maximum subnet mask value 32. If I'm just trying to subtract, you're going to get the 16 so that you can able to accommodate the 65,005, that is IP address that we can able to create it. Right. There is nothing but like IP4 CRDR. And after that, we can see about like there is something it is called tenancy right now. There's a default and dedicated. So we know that like, we had to go for the default, which is nothing but like where you are trying to accommodating all your servers. For that, I'm just trying to selecting this option name. It is called as a default. So let's say after that, we have to click on the create a VPC. So once we just create a VPC, within this VPC, we had to create a subnet, right? So the first, if you want to get the internet access to your VPC, first we had to click on the internet gateway. We had to create internet gateway. This is like a virtual router, right? It's like a bidirectional. Whenever you want to get the internet from the internet and you want to send something inside the VPC to outside the internet, so definitely we require something. It is called the internet gateway. So whenever you want to expose anything to the internet, definitely we need the internet gateway. That's where we had to go for the internet gateway. Click on this internet gateway. First, we had to select the internet gateway name. I'm just trying to provide the Clahan-IGW. This is nothing but like what is the name of the internet gateway. We had to click on the create internet gateway right now. This is something that we are trying to creating. Now we have to attach this internet gateway to the VPC. We can see that we are just trying to creating and we are just trying to attaching here, right? So this component, we just need to add to the our architecture. Yeah, this is nothing but like my internet gateway, which we are creating and we are just attaching to the VPC. Now, once we have done this part, then I want to create one route table. So route table is basically defines which traffic that you want to route to your server. That is nothing but like entry point to your network. So for that, we had to create one route table and we had to attach the subnet and see which of this internet gateway got attached to the subnet is going to called as a public subnet. If I attach the NAT gateway, it is called as a private subnet, right? So I'm just attached the internet gateway over here. Let me just go back here. The first, let me try to create a subnet here. Subnet is nothing but like a small portion and logical unit, or we can say about like segment inside the VPC. Click on the create a VPC. We had to select in which VPC that we had to create a subnet. So we had to come down. I'm just trying to mention about like what is the subnet here. I'm just trying to go for the Clahan hyphen and mention about the public hyphen, go for the subnet. This is nothing but like what is the subnet name that we are just trying to creating over there. So this is what we can call the subnet that what we am just trying to creating. See, after that, what we do, and we just need to go for the availability zone. See, there are 6 availability zones that we have in this region. Like we have US East hyphen 1A, and we can see about like US East hyphen 1B, and also we can see about like US East hyphen 1C, and we have US hyphen East 1D. This is nothing but like we have the okay, so subnets, right? This is nothing but like we have different subnets that we have. So I'm just trying to selecting this particular availability zone. We can see about like in which availability zone that we have to do that. I'm just selecting this particular availability zone. So we had to provide the IP address range, right? So we had to provide the so 10 dot, go for the 0 dot and 1.0 because we should not overlap the IPs. So I'm just trying to putting the 24 here. So 24 is nothing but like 32 minus 24, you're going to get the 6 plus 2, 8. So root to the power of 8 is equal to 56. Nothing but like it start from the 0 to 256, right? It is just nothing but like, we just need to understanding about like 0 to 24. I mean, say we have 0 to 55 IP address with that we can able to accommodate within this particular IP subnet CIDR block. And after that, if we come down, we have to click on this particular create a subnet, right? The subnet is getting created. So now here in this subnet, what we can do, we just need to create one route table and we wanted to attach the route table over there. Uh, and that's what exactly we need to do it. Let me just try to create something. It is called the route table. The route table is basically defines what kind of traffic that you want to route towards your application, right? So let me just, if you just go to this particular route table, let me just try to create a route table. So in this route table, we have to mention about like in which VPC that we have to create it. I'm just trying to creating the, let's say route here. I'm just trying to creating one route table for the public subnet. Go for the public subnet. After that, go for the route here. So within this particular VPC, we had to create the subnet, right? So this is nothing but like what is the name. And after that, we had to provide the VPC and we can see about like, yep. This we can able to see that we have to provide the VPC if we click on the create a route table right now. So if you just click on the create route table, once you click on the route table, you can see that this is nothing but like the entry of the what traffic which comes to your application. That means it's showing about like 10.0.0.0. We can see that only this IP address will allow to your internet to your server. If any request coming with the different IP address, it won't route the traffic to inside your server. See, that's the reasons what we want to do that. We wanted to open the internet gateway here. So for that, we had to click on the edit routes. And after that, we had to go for the add route. And here we can see that we had to open the internet. See, when you mention about like 0.0.0, which is nothing but like open to all. So any IP address which is going to be opened over there, that's nothing but like, this is nothing but like, we can see about like it is going to open to the internet. That's what exactly that we should understand right now. And after that, if we just go there and we just need to put a target right now, it is nothing but like internet gateway. I'm just trying to attach the internet gateway over there. And after that, what we do, I'm just trying to click on the save changes. You have to go for it and we have to make the changes over there. So this is something that we should understanding about like how we can able to create a route table, and we want to attach route table to the internet gateway so that it is going to be accept all the traffic. Now here, this route table, whatever we created, we want to attach the subnet. And if we click on the edit subnet association, we can see that we want to attach this route table, this subnet, so that whatever the entries, the requests coming from the internet, all the requests coming to my this vector, the route tables. This is nothing but like how you wanted to route the traffic to your server. Now, this is the setup that we have done. We can see that if we go back to your architecture, you recall what we have written. First, we have selected the region. Within the region, we had to go for the VPC. Within the VPC, we have created availability zone and we created one subnet and we attach the internet gateway so that we are going to call it as a public subnet. This network settings is done, right? Now, why we are creating all these things? What is the reason? Means you have to look at my screen. I think so far it is clear, right? Anyone have any questions here?
No, Murli.
No, sir.
I think Lenin uh, and Srija.
Yeah. Yes, Murli, all good.
Yeah. Do you have any questions, Srija here?
No, Murli, it's clear.
Slavy, Slavy. Okay. This. Yeah. Chaitanya, do you have any questions right now? Okay, fine. Now our main motive is we just need to understanding about like how to create EC2 instance within this particular network, and what is the importance of Elastic IP address. If we just go to the EC2 instance right now, you see that I'm just trying to creating one virtual machine. Say create, manage, monitor virtual servers in the cloud. So whatever that you are trying to creating is nothing but like a remote servers, right? You are not going to get anything. Good morning. We just need to go for the launch instance here.
Hello.
I'm in session.
I didn't get you.
I'm in training.
Oh, okay. My bad.
We just need to go for the first the name of the server, right? We just need to provide the name of the server. Yep. Let me just try to put the what is the name of the server here. Let's say, for example, I'm just trying to creating the server name. It is called as a web server, right? After that, what we do, we just need to select the which OS that we need. Whether you want to go with this Amazon Linux or you want to go with the MacBook, sorry, Mac OS or Ubuntu. Let me just take the Ubuntu OS here. See, I was talking about like architectures, right? It's nothing but like, ARM or x86 or 64. We can see about like, this is nothing but like we have 64-bit operating system. Also, we can see about like 64-bit ARM architecture we have. This is nothing but like architecture types that we have. And we have to select which architecture that we need. And what is the instance type that we need, right? So let me just try to go back to the EC2 instance right now. Nothing but like type t.micro, which is nothing but like 1 CP and 1 GB RAM. I'll talk more into that the next sessions. That's we'll discuss later. And if you just come down, we just need a key pair, right, to connect your emission. If we come down, I can just go for the key pair. Click on the key pair. I'm just trying to mention about the key pair name. It is called as a web server. Just allocate. Yep. So we just create a key pair. So key pair is required to connect your instances. Okay. We can see that this is nothing but like my key pair. Whenever you want to connect your instances, definitely we just need a key pair so that we can connect your instances securely. So this is where I'm just talking about network settings, right? If I just click on the edit right now, we have to first select in which network that you want to create server. That means we can see that we have the Clahan VPC test over there. And after that, we can see the subnets. Within this VPC, we have only one subnet is available. And we can see about like we just need the IP address public. Click on the enable right now. See, we don't have any security group. Let me just try to create a security group right now. I'm just trying to creating the test security. That is the group that I'm just trying to creating here. Go back to the description. And here, if we come down, I'm just trying to connect my remote server. So we need SSH protocol. Along with that, if you want to expose application to the web browser, we need HTTP protocol. So I'm just trying to open the HTTP. At the same time, I'm just trying to open the anywhere so that we can able to access the application anywhere. Now here, if you just come down, the storage is 8 GB, it's fine, absolutely. I told you exactly, we have something, it is called general purpose SD. We can see that GP2, GP3, IO1, IO2, and we can see that magnetic static here. We have to select that which disk that we need. Let's say, for example, I just need the SSD right now. If we look at here, how many number of instances that you want to create? That's nothing but like number of instances we need to create one, right? If you click on the launch instance, your remote server is going to be created, right? I hope this is clear to everyone, right? The steps which I explained, did you?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Now, if you want to understand the others, you can guys, if you have any questions, put it in the chat box or you can unmute, you can talk so that I can help you on that. If you understand about like what is the real the need of Elastic IP address, first we have to connect the instances. I'll deploy the application over there. I'm just trying to using putty to connect my instances here. Go for the appearance, click on the change, go for the 14. Yep, 60 seconds. SSH, authorization, credentials, browse it. We have to upload the key pair what we have created, right? Okay. Now I just wanted to connect my instance here. Click on the accept. Yep. Now we have to convert this instance as a web server. So first I have to become the root user. So once I become the root user, after that, let me just try to install the web server. Type the command called apt-get install. And I'm just trying to go for the Apache 2-y, which is nothing but like my web server. Yeah, that is the first option. Now we just want to check the server status, whether my web server is running status or not. See, for that, type the command called as a service. See, we'll have the next classes so that you're understanding about like which command, what is the reason that you're executing everything. First, as of now, just limited knowledge that you have right now. So I just wanted to go for the service and type Apache 2 and provide the status right now. This is nothing but like gonna show you about like what is the server status, which is going to be active and running status, right? This is one of the command which is gonna show you about the server status. See, once it is done, after that, what we can do, we require a source code, right? See, right now the source code is available in my GitHub repository. Let me just clone this code from the GitHub repository. I just wanted to go for the github.com. And here, if we just go with the repositories, and here we can see that there is something, it is called the Flipkart clone. I have to go with the code, copy the URL. Let me just try to clone that. Just type the command called git clone, provide the URL, and hit the enter. We can see that we just need to clone this code right now. Go for the Flipkart clone. I'm just trying to clear my screen. And after that, we can see that you have all the source code right now. We can see about like we have the assets, we have the CSS, and we can see about like we have JavaScript file. See, every web server has a default root directory where we want to copy all the files from here to the root directory. So I'll talk about when we're discussing about like more into EC2 instances and web servers in tomorrow's session, where we can able to find the root directory, how you can able to create a virtual host, and we want to deploy the application virtual host, how we can do that, that everything that we'll discuss about it. Now we have to copy that. See, whenever you want to copy the files, we have to use a command called CP. And after that, if we wanted to copy directories also, we have to use the -r command. After that, we have to use dot right now. Dot represents the current directory. See, I want to copy all the files from my current directory to inside the var, inside the www, inside the HTML directory. This www directory will available only once you install the web server. If you don't install the web server, you won't get that. Now, once you just hit the enter, you copied everything, right? Now, let me just go back to my instance ID. Go back to my instance ID. I'm going to say, click on the instance ID. After that, what I need to do, I just need to copy the public IP address. Just go there. And we have to mention about control V, colon, put the port number 80, see whether you are able to access or not. You can see that you are able to access. Now let me show you that what is the real problem now. See, for example, access everyone, see whether you guys able to access application or not, and confirm once you guys are able to access in the chat box, say yes.
Yeah, I'm able.
Yep. Let's say, for example, if I just go there, for example, assume that your server is got restarted. See, I'm just trying to go there. If I just click on the option called as a reboot my instances, or else let me just stop my instances over there. I'm just going to restart my server again. Just wait for a minute. It is going to be disconnected. Yeah, that's fine. Absolutely.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Quick question. I might have gotten distracted. After you logged into the EC2 instance, I did not see you installing the HTTPD
No, Apache 2.
before cloning. Before cloning the Git repo, I just noticed that you did a system CTA check, but I did not see when you installed the HTTPD. I mean, I can do that, but I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss any transactions.
Uh, yep. We just the need to first check the server status. You know, I installed the Apache 2 server, not HTTPD. So if you want to check the server status, we are going to use the command called service and Apache 2 status. This is a command that is
Yeah.
basically going to help you to check the server status. It will show you about like whether your server is running status or it is in a not running status. That's very important.
Yeah, that was where I got distracted. I just wanted to see because I did not see when you did the when you gave the command to install Apache. That's why I was like, did I miss that or because I
Okay,
got distracted. Yeah.
no worries.
Okay.
And here we can
All
see
right.
now, can you guys access this same URL? Check whether you are able to access or not. Can you guys try and let me know whether you are able to access or not?
No, it's loading. Oh,
Yes.
After some time, you see that the site can't be reached,
yes, it's unreachable.
right? See what will happen, whenever the server
The
whenever the server is got restarts or whenever the server is you stop and you start again, this IP address
IP
will be
address.
changed. This
Yep.
if you just go to
IP
here,
address.
if you click on the instance ID, now the IP address is showing about like the 54.90.120.102, which is nothing but like a dynamic this public IP address is dynamic. See, if you just go back and check the private IP address is static IP address because this you'll get based on the what you assigned the VPC IPs VPC range. That's where you're gonna get this. But if you just look at my screen, if you just look whenever you're trying to restart your stop the server, this IP address will change. Now we can see this application is related to this particular port number. So this particular IP address. This is not a good practice, right? We want to keep that URL static. So whenever you don't want it to change the IP address dynamically, you want to keep one static IP address for your the website. Now there is a concept called as elastic IP address. See, elastic IP address is basically to create the static IP address for your public instances. So if we just go back here, we can see that there is something it is called as a elastic IP address. I can just go bit up. Yeah, elastic IP addresses right now. And right now we can see that I don't have any elastic IP address here. We just need to first try to create elastic IP address allocated. And after that, we can see about like which region. We can see about like US-East-1A And after that, we can see it is going to ask you about like, click on the allocate. So it is a chargeable, that's fine. You just practice. After that, we can release the IP address. This is the IP address that we have allocated, right? Now, if you just go back here, and if you just click on the action, and we can see about like there is option name, it is called as a associate elastic IP address, right? If you click on this associate elastic IP address, whom you want to associate it. I want to attach to this particular instance, right? So you have the only one instance, which is web server, it's running status. And we can see about like what is the private IP address is 10.0.1.26. And we can see about like allow this elastic IP address to be reassociated. If you want to reassociate same elastic IP address to someone else, then we had to go for the option name is called reassociated. Let me go for it. If you click on the associate right now, you see that 52.7.1.245. If you go back, if you just go back here, if I click on the EC2 right now, I can find my server here. If I find my server, if we click on the instance ID, we can see this is nothing but like my public IP address, right? You can see 52.7.1.245, which is the static IP address. You just remember it is a 245. I'm just stopping my instance right now. Now, if you go back, this application now is accessible through the particular IP address. Control V, put the port number 80 and see whether you are able to access or not. It's showing about like signed conf reach, not HTTPS, it's HTTP. Now you are able to access, right? Now I'm just trying to stop the instance. Go back here, click on the stop instances. It is going to be a refresh. It won't go off this public IP address. It will be remain the same. Click on the refresh again. You see that your instance is stopped status right now. Even it is stopped status, we can see about like the same public IP address. If we go back, if we click on the start the instance right now, if we click on the refresh again, you can see the IP address is not changing anywhere. Can you see that? It is showing still there is a 245.
Yes.
This is what is the advantage of Elastic IP address. Now,
It provides a static IP address.
yes, it provides a static IP address to your instance, so it won't be changed. That's the reason we had to create the Elastic IP address. I hope you guys got the fund why we are trying to creating it. Yeah, thank you guys.